Dear students, the video I gave you yesterday, it started basic uses of modal verbs. In the same series, today I am going to give you the video on the basic use of could. After going through the uses of could, I am sure of this thing that you will come to know the differences between can and could. Let's talk about the basic uses of could. The first and foremost use of could is simple past of can. It's known to you all. Could is the past form of can. Means wherever we use can, we may use could in past tense. That means to say that as yesterday you must have watched the video on the basic use of can. So wherever we use can, the same uses, the same sense can be given with the help of this could, provided the tense should be past. It has been written here, we may use could in past tense. Let's try to understand it with the help of two examples. First one, I could lift that box. It means to say that I am going to show here the power, physical power, especially in the very first sentence. As I taught you yesterday, can usually shows power, capacity and ability. In the same way, could is also going to denote here of your power, physical, mental, whatever that is, but here it is physical power, but it is in past. That means to say that the sentence tells us about your ability, your power of past. I could lift that box. Second, she could solve the question. Mental power, this sentence is going to show you with the help of could. Why? Because we are talking about past. The day I will give you the video on direct and indirect narration, this could will be more clear there, because in whenever we have to translate a particular sentence in especially from direct to indirect, at the very moment of time we start using it as the past form of can. Second important use of could is taking permission with a kind of hesitation. Remember, very important. Actually, basically students usually ask me the question, sir, if can gives many sense, so what is the use of using could? Why it is in English? So let me answer to this question, that what is the use of could here. If you talk about the basic use which I am telling you, you will come to know the exact discrimination and proper use of can and could. For an example, yesterday we learnt about can. As I told you that can tells you about the theoretical possibility. It doesn't tell only about possibility, it tells about theoretical possibility, as I explained in yesterday's video. In the same way, permission can be taken with the help of could. But what sort of permission we are talking about? We are talking about a permission which has a kind of hesitation in it. Let's try to understand. Whenever we have to take permission from somebody, but we feel hesitation to disturb him or her, at that time such permission is taken with could. So remember, you are going to take permission, and in that particular permission there is a sense of hesitation, because you know that you are going to disturb somebody from where you are going to take permission. For an example, you will understand it with the help of this example. Could I come in please? You are going to take permission from somebody, and the situation I have created here, why I am using this sentence. Suppose you are going to attend your English class, your class teacher or your teacher is already inside the class, and you know that it is a formal thing, which is supposed to be good thing, that you should be earlier in the class, or you should be present in the class before your teachers coming. So your teacher has started the class, and during that particular period of time you happens to reach there and starts taking permission. You know very well that you are going to disturb the entire class. You have hesitation that you are going to disturb the class, but even then you are going to take permission. Such kind of permission with hesitation must be taken with the help of could. Second example, could you get a site, question mark. You know very well that you are going to, the situation is that you don't want to disturb him or her, but you have to, as there is no space to make your move. Yes, here in the second sentence as well we are finding the same thing, that you do not want to disturb him, but your work is not going to be done at all without disturbing him. So you have hesitation at the time of taking permission from that particular person. Next use of could is politest request. Yes, so many times students say or ask me this question sometime, sir, we can take or we can make request with the help of can, but let me tell them, politest, yesterday we talked about can, but it doesn't show that much politeness, it shows less politeness. But here look at what we have written, superlative degree we have used here. Politest request is shown with the help of could. Could is also used to show our politest request, and request must be made with could. Yes, I am going to make it very clear to you all students. If you have to make request, especially politest, the best request I think is made with the help of could. So whenever you want to make the request must be made with the help of using could. Let us talk about the same thing in English with the help of this example. Could you give me your pen? Could you tell me the time? So whenever you want to request somebody with politeness and lots of politeness, I think that whenever you make request with the help of could, this request is most probably accepted. Nobody can deny it, because the way you use it, especially whenever you are using could, if you are making the request with the help of can, it can be denied, it can be rejected. But the possibility of the request you have made with the help of could, it is next to impossible to be rejected by the person. Last basic use of could is could plus have plus third form. This one is very new, I think, to you all. Could have plus third form is used to show our power, ability and capacity of past, but due to some reason we were unable to do that work. What does this means to say that? Means to say that whenever we have to use could plus have then third form, remember you use such sentence at the time whenever you want to show the ability or the capacity or the power of physical power or mental power of yours for past work, which could have been done by you, but you did not do that particular work because of some other reasons, or you were unable to do that particular work at that very moment of time in past. But there is no doubt that you had the capability to do दैट पर्टिकुलर वर्क इन पास्ट। कहने का मतलब ये है कि पास्ट में आप उस काम को कर सकते थे लेकिन आपने वो नहीं किया। अब नहीं करने के पीछे बहुत सारे कारण हो सकते हैं कि आपने क्यों नहीं किया। माइट बी पॉसिबल द सिचुएशन डिड नॉट अलाउ यू और परमिट यू टू डू दैट वर्क। आई कुड हैव वॉश्ड माई क्लोथ्स। लुक एट, मैं अपने कपड़े धो सकता था, बट आपने, इसका मतलब है कि मैंने वो कपड़े नहीं, बट आई वॉज अनेबल टू डू सो, लेकिन कर सकता था, देयर वॉज द पॉसिबिलिटी, और देयर वॉज, आई वॉज हैविंग द चांस टू डू सो, बट आई कुड नॉट बी एबल टू डू दैट। सच काइंड ऑफ sentences are spoken with the help of could plus have then third form. Here student, one specific thing I have brought for you. Look at the spelling of cloth, cloth. First of all, your pronunciation must be cloth. At the end, the sound of the must come. Second one, CLOTHE. The pronunciation will vary here. Cloth, the sound of th must come out of your mouth. Both have the same meaning in Hindi, kapda kapda. But if you talk about CLOTHE, it means unstitched cloth, बगैर सिला हुआ. And CLOTHE, it means cloth, and cloth means kapda as well in Hindi, but it means stitched one. So whenever you have to say iron, iron means इस्त्री करना कपड़ों में, so it must be used only with CLOTHE, because we usually iron only those clothes which are washed, which are stitched one. Thank you.